I hope you're having a great day. Well, there are so many of us out there who exercise, we eat well, we continuously make lifestyle changes, or we're following diet plans, and yet we struggle to reach our health goals. Yet we struggle to lose that extra belly fat that we've been trying to lose for so long. Yet we struggle with the right choices of food. Sometimes we wake up all motivated and we're able to follow our diet, we're able to eat well, and in a split second that motivation can change to demotivation, and we start eating foods which are rich in sugar. The body starts craving junk foods and sugary drinks and more caffeine. You see, because what happens is the body is constantly changing. Each of us are made up of trillions of cells. Now in these cells, the inner part of these cells, the inner core of your cells is something called the nucleus. And in the nucleus houses something called your DNA. Okay, all of us have understood DNA, all of us have studied to some extent what DNA is in our biology class back in school. But DNA controls everything in the human body. Everything from your liver to your heart to your cellular function to the way protein gets broken down in your body and absorbed, to the way your muscle builds up, your tone, how fast you age, how fast you anti-age. Every single thing, the way you sleep, the depth of your sleep, everything is controlled by this inner core in your body, the nucleus that houses something called your DNA. And we all know that genetic testing has become huge today, and the science behind genetics. Why? Because they find that the root cause of your problem is with a particular gene, which is your DNA. And if that can be altered or that can be identified, we can look at prevention or healing of certain diseases, cancers, and so on. You even have genetic testing that talks about which food may be good for your genetic makeup or your DNA, or even which kind of exercise suits your body. That is how important DNA is, and that is why scientists constantly study it, because that is the root cause of anything and everything that's happening in your human body. But we're not talking about genetics today. Now that you've understood the importance of DNA in your body, what controls DNA in your body besides the food that we eat, our genetic makeup? Thousands and thousands of genes, and your DNA in the human body is controlled by the quality of sleep that you get every single night. And yes, that drug that I promised y'all, the drug I was speaking about, is sleep. Your sleep controls the way your DNA is going to perform for you. Your sleep controls the way that your DNA is going to regenerate, reproduce, control different actions. The moment a virus or a bacteria hits the body, or there's a tumor growing, or a cancer or an abnormal cell occurring in the human body, it depends on our DNA, our immunity, to trigger off various actions and reactions in the human body to either protect us or miss what is happening in our body, which later becomes disease. Now this DNA is controlled by the quality of your sleep, and science is proving this more and more through live experiments, not on mice, not on rats, but on human beings being studied. A set of human beings that goes through sleep deprivation in a controlled unit, and that same group of people who were then given 8 to 9 hours of solid sleep. And these same groups, their DNA behaves completely differently. Now we can be working out, we can be eating well, but we're still struggling. For most of us, it becomes desperation and frustration that I'm doing so much. I'm following the diet plan, I'm exercising every day, I'm doing all of these things, but I'm yet unable to reach my goal. We have to start considering that sleep plays a major role in everything that you do. Number one, weight loss. When you are working out, you are not losing weight at the time you're working out. The algorithm that you see on your treadmill or your cycle is nothing but an algorithm telling you the potential calorie burn that is happening to you. But the weight loss happens, the fat burn happens while you sleep. It's not happening while you're sweating. It is not happening. The amount that you sweat doesn't mean it's going to translate in an equivalent amount of weight loss or fat loss. All of that is going to happen while you sleep. Which is why most people, they tend to build bigger arms and larger muscle parts, but they tend not to lose that belly fat until they start getting their sleep and recovery in place. Now we're talking holistically, we're talking about laymen like you and me. We are not talking about athletes, and we're not talking about bodybuilders, because that's a different category. Those people eat, sleep, and train. They train hard and they sleep hard. They train hard and they recover hard. Because if there's anything that you need to know about building muscle tone and all of that stuff, You need the right amount of recovery and sleep. If you constantly work out a tired body, all you're doing is producing more negative stress and cortisol and depleting your adrenaline, which is why no matter how much protein you take, how many protein shakes you slug down, and how intensive your workout is, if you do not have the right amount of recovery and you do not have the right amount of sleep, you will not get the results that you are aiming for. Our mindsets are formed to believe that we should work out 6 out of 7 days every week. Some people even work out 7 days. Some people even work out twice a day, thinking that the more I do, the more results I get. Of course, the first 3 to 4 kilos will be natural. You will burn that off with the amount of stress you're putting in your body with exercise and the calorie deficit that you create with your diet. But long term, that's going to stop. And you're going to find that your muscle, you lose weight and you'll start looking very haggard and very weak, and your skin's going to fall. Your skin's going to get more and more loose. You're going to lose the luster of your skin and your hair, and you're not going to look healthy. You're going to look like you've lost weight, but you're going to look like you've lost weight in a very unhealthy manner. The idea is how you gracefully lose weight and you maintain tone. So technically, the kind of exercise and the diet you do should end up in making you look younger. There's no such thing as reversing aging, but most of us are aging far beyond what we should be doing because of pollution, contamination in food, lack of sleep, over-exercising, under-exercising, and stress, chronic stress. So graceful aging means that we grace according to the way our body is designed to age, not faster and not too fast. This happens when we allow our bodies to recover. Now, if you've done an intensive workout today, you need to give your body the right amount of sleep or recovery time. Now, this can be determined in 2 ways. If you don't want to take a day off from your workout, you should be sleeping a good 7 to 8 hours of deep, solid sleep. So you allow your body and your muscles and everything to recover in that time. Now, some people who can't get that kind of sleep should use a day of rest in between their workouts. But recovery is more important than you doing your workout. So technically, if you slept 3 to 4 to 5 hours, is going to the gym and lifting heavy weights or doing an intensive workout the right thing for you? Absolutely not. Your body's not even recovered from the previous day and you're about to put your body through more exercise. Now, don't get confused. Athletes and bodybuilders don't train this way. They know the importance of recovery, which is why they sleep more. They sleep in between their workouts as well. They work out in the morning, they sleep in the afternoon, and they work out in the evening. But for everyone else who's trying to be like an athlete but not work or be as disciplined as an athlete, that's when we have problems of injury. And look at the amount of physiotherapy sprouting up all over the country. This is because we think we can be athletes without the right amount of discipline, the right nutrition, the right training, and the right amount of recovery. That's why we have so much of injury. And you have people who are sleeping 4 to 5 hours and hitting the gym thinking that it's great for their health. Let me tell you right now that sleep is the most important thing for you, and recovery as well. You may get short-term results, but over time you're only going to increase more and more inflammation in your heart, in your body, and everywhere. So just building a body at the cost of your health is not the way to be successful when it comes to your fitness and holistic health. Let's move straight into weight. Understand one thing: the less you sleep, the more you will eat. Now, a lot of us who have less sleep will use willpower to starve ourselves even when we have cravings throughout the day because we're on a diet plan. But when you deprive yourself of food, or you constantly deprive yourself of giving your body the energy it needs because you slept less, now you start something called cortisol production in the body. The higher your levels of cortisol are throughout the day, the more fat you will retain. And this will be in the belly area, the thigh area, the butt area, and in the midriff area. You need to understand that your cortisol level should go up and come down in response to a stress situation. But if it stays up because I slept less and now my hormone called ghrelin, which is a hunger hormone, is high, and my brain is telling me to eat, but I'm not eating because I'm on the strict diet plan, I create stress in the body. So you see, we create this vicious cycle. You eat more when you sleep less. If you are sleep deprived, you will have cravings of sugar, cravings of caffeine, cravings of simple carbs, all the foods which are labeled as bad. You will have all of those cravings because there are 2 hormones that are working in your body that don't care about what your goal is. It doesn't care about what thoughts you have in your conscious mind. All it cares about is, have I got enough of rest? If I get enough of rest, I produce leptin, a hormone which is the satiety hormone, which makes me feel full once I've eaten my food. If I don't sleep well, the hormone called leptin is suppressed. And what is increased is a hormone called ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. And we have uncontrollable hunger pangs throughout the day. So now we end up eating more, which means more calories, and those calories are not the right calories. When ghrelin is high, you are not going to be craving for apples and bananas. You're going to be craving for sugar and caffeine and everything bad. So just this alone is one of the main reasons why we put on weight, we're unable to lose weight, or we even start decreasing our immunity. Because the more caffeine and the more sugar I put in my system, the lower I am making my immune system. So you see, it's all a vicious cycle connecting to one root cause, which is your sleep. If you want to have better gains, and you should speak to people who are into bodybuilding and athletes, they will tell you the days that they just decide not to work out for 4 to 5 days. On the 5th day, their bodies are ripped, they look better, they feel bigger, and they feel more fit. And why? Because they gave themselves a break from their workouts. The best thing that you can do in your workout regime is every 15 to 20 days, give your body a break. Take 2 to 3 days off completely from your workouts. Do something different, stay active. Walk, do a little bit of yoga, do something which is less strenuous. But give your body a break, and I can promise you that your body, the lean mass, all your gains will happen during your sleep and during your recovery day. So you still have 2 things in your control, 2 lifestyles in your control. If you can't get that kind of sleep at night, take an entire day of recovery for you. If you cannot and you don't want to take an entire day of recovery, then you need to make sure that you get 7 to 8 to 8.5 hours of solid sleep. The more intensity you put your body through and your muscles through, it's as simple, common sense. The more recovery you need. So on the day where your workouts are more intensive, you need more sleep or you need more recovery. You can't treat every day as a normal day. On the day when your workout is light, you need less recovery. It's as simple as that. When you're doing it the holistic way, this is what we need to do. The depth of your sleep or the amount of recovery between your workouts. But working out on less sleep is not something for you to be proud about. You are doing extreme damage to your heart, to your cells, to your DNA, and to everything to do with your health. So what you want to do is like those 3 words which I'll keep repeating through 2019. Commitment, dedication, and discipline. If you want something, work for it. Nothing comes easy in life. You want that perfect body, you want that perfect weight, work for it. No amount of complaining and blaming everyone is ever going to get you that result. Put that dedication, that commitment, and that discipline, and start prioritizing your day in such a way that you don't compromise your sleep. You revolve your day around 8 hours of sleep. So if I'm making a timetable right now, the first thing I write is 8 hours of sleep. And now how many hours do I have left in my day? 16 hours. Now how can I best use those 16 hours? So yes, it's going to require me to sacrifice some time of social media, maybe a little bit of socializing or something else. But when you're committed, you will work towards achieving your results. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep. And this, again, is so important for patients who are sick. Recovery happens while you sleep. So if you are sick, if you are going through cancer, whatever it is, you need to sleep more if you want to recover. If you think your allopathic drugs or your diet plan is going to heal you completely without your sleep, you are highly mistaken. In fact, your allopathy will work better for you and your nutrition will work better for you in an environment that is prepared by good and restful sleep. Have a great day, everyone.